A Boomer Sooner, baby. Yes, if you all watched the video on Marcus James, you might have been asking yourself, hey, why did you not talk about Trynae Washington? Because it literally was a shock to everybody in the OU sphere that Trane Washington was going to commit alongside Marcus James. Definitely not what was expected. But the Oklahoma Sooners get not one, but two commits on Thursday, November 2nd. And the 2025 class for Oklahoma, man, this is going to shape up to be one of the best classes in the country. Right now, still currently sitting at number 4 in the country. But guys, before we dive into it, go ahead, join the discussion, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are about the recent 2 commitments that Oklahoma got on Thursday, yesterday, November 2nd. Additionally, if you haven't already, make sure you guys are pulling up here to the channel, hitting that like and hitting that subscribe button so that you guys are able to be a part of everything that we're doing over here. Again, we're going to be having an interview with Marcus James breaking down his commitment. I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to drop your questions below that you want asked. Drop your questions, drop your name. We'll give you guys a shout out, give you credit. We'll ask your question. All right, let's jump into it. So the Oklahoma Sooners not only get Marcus James, who I talked about yesterday in a video, but they also get Trynae Washington. Now, Trynae Washington is a little bit more of an interesting figure at 6'3", 205 pounds. He's a 4-star cornerback out of Carl Albert High School. Like, this guy is going to be an absolute stud. And again, not a guy that I think you should overlook in terms of his offer list. I mean, yeah, he had Missouri, Kansas, Iowa State, Tulsa, but dude was a 4-star and he was bound to start getting more offers. But here's the deal. With you already of having Kevin Sperry committed in this class, going to Carl Albert, playing with these guys, I mean, there was going to be this identity in this school with these recruits saying, yeah, we're going to want to all play with each other. We're going to continue to want to be teammates. So now you look at the lone wolf that is not committed to OU yet. And I say yet because there is some speculation and belief that, hey, this kid's going to commit soon. Tristan Haynes. That's the one we're all watching now and saying, when are you going to pull up? When are you going to come be a part of this class? Because if you land him, you land Nate Roberts and CJ Nixon, Oklahoma is going to have 7 of the top 10 players currently committed to their class. And, well, no, they have 8 of the top 10. And assuming they can flip Caden Knighton and land Alexander Shield Knight, which Shield Knight's about to make his decision on November 10th, Oklahoma literally could have 9 out of 10 or even 10 out of the 10 best players in the state of Oklahoma committed to this class. So OU DNA is running really strong throughout the state of Oklahoma. And this was, again, the emphasis that Brent Venables and this staff wanted to make a point of when they got to Oklahoma. They wanted to recruit this state well, and they understood just the type of talent that was going to come out of the state, especially in this class. And it's not very many times that you look at a class, a recruiting class in Oklahoma and say, that class is full of stars and it's full of guys that can play at a Power 5 level. So Oklahoma is going to get a good one there. I mean, shoot, they might even have a 5-star quarterback when it's all said and done. CJ Nixon at one point was earlier ranked as a 5-star edge rusher. Now, I think the jury is still out on him if he's going to end up playing basketball or he'll play football. But it's going to be an interesting journey to watch exactly how this class develops for Oklahoma. Now, I look at it and I say Trynae Washington. So you might be asking, why are we so excited about Trynae? Well, Trynae on the defensive side of the ball in 2022, 43 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery, 2 interceptions. Trynae Washington is a guy that has a knack for knowing where the ball is out on the field and making plays, whether that's causing turnovers or getting the tackle. Now, here's the deal. A lot of people have been complaining about our safeties and our corners being too small. Well, guess what? Over the past couple of weeks, Oklahoma got a Devon Jordan, who's over 6 foot. Now you got Trynae Washington at safety. Maybe he could play corner at 6'3". So Now you look at it and say Oklahoma is starting to get that height that everybody was complaining about Oklahoma not getting. So when you look at this class for Oklahoma and you look at what it could potentially be, and I want to play a couple hypothetical scenarios here for you, okay? So bear with me here. If Oklahoma over the next week or two, let's say they go out there and let's say they land, because right now you're at a 121.64. Let's say you go out there and you land a Tristan Haynes and you land an Alexander Shieldknight by the end of this month, by the end of this month, that gives you a 142.74 composite score. That would jump Notre Dame. It would put you at number 3, solidly behind Alabama, who's at 165.8. And Georgia, of course, is still at the top with a 185.85 composite score, but they have 3 5-stars. Bama has 2. Oklahoma wouldn't have any at that point. Oklahoma would have 7 commits. Alabama would have 7 commits. Or no, Oklahoma would have 9 commits. Bama would have 7. Georgia would have 8. So you'd be right there with those top 2 schools. Now, looking at the end of the year, what the end of this 2025 cycle could look like. Make a, hey, Preston, it's really early to be talking about this. Okay, well, let's look at what the staff has done just in this cycle alone. And we know they're going to go out there and get PWOs because they're doing it now. They're convincing kids to come to Oklahoma and play without a scholarship. But then you look at some of the guys that Oklahoma could offer on scholarship. Michael Fasusi and Jonah Williams. Those are the 2 5-stars that you look at in this class and say, hey, Oklahoma's got a really good shot at landing these guys. And I really think Oklahoma sticks to landing those 2. Then you've got Lamont Rogers, who is on the offensive line. Douglas Utu out of Bishop Gorman. I definitely think Oklahoma is going to get into that recruitment, so we'll stay tuned on that. And I think we're going to try to get him on the podcast here soon. And then CJ Nixon. So those are going to be your top recruits as of right now in this class, along with DeJean Petaway, Nate Roberts, Andrew Balboa, Kobe Sellers, which if you guys haven't followed Kobe Sellers on Twitter or X, whatever they call it nowadays, whatever the young kids are calling it, Kobe Sellers loves Oklahoma, and he really shows Oklahoma a lot of love. Jaden Woods, you got Chase Lofton, Juju Marks, Christian Thatcher, Landon Rink. Yes, Landon Rink, a defensive lineman out of the Austin area, grew up a Texas legacy, but again, I watched the relationship with Todd Bates on that one. Marcus James, Xavier Ukponu, Malik Hawkins. This class, realistically, could land somewhere in between 25 to 30 commits and probably be in somewhere in the range of 298.85 to around 305, 310. That's where Oklahoma's looking at. And if you land a class like that, we are potentially looking at the end of the 2025 cycle and saying Oklahoma's got the number 1 class. But the big news of the week, Trynae Washington, Marcus James, they both choose the good guys. They choose Oklahoma over the likes of an in-state school of Oklahoma State. Marcus James had offers from Utah and A&M and places like that. Trynae Washington could have went to, hey, a Missouri team that was actually kind of hot, a Kansas team that just beat Oklahoma. Instead, they want to be here. They want to stay home. They want to win national championships. And that's something that you saw even in the interview with Marcus James and On3. He talked about it. He wants to win national championships. He's ready. He's ready to get this class going. So, guys, if you haven't already, hop down in the comments, join the discussion, drop your questions for Marcus James in that interview. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and hit that subscribe button.